This is just Premier League, my Premier League predictions. I like both. This is neutral, yeah. It's just this is if don't take these too seriously. This is just me. It's just if I predict them like this, it's just cheaper than actually paying money to actually predict them and lose. Don't use these as anything. If you're betting on football, don't use these. But the Premier League football, the best league in football in England, starts today, this evening. The first match is Brentford, who have just been promoted to a London team, v Arsenal, which is a London team, the Premier League. Now, I haven't got any result. So if I think Arsenal's just too good. I think at the moment for Brentford. I think it's an Arsenal win. Tomorrow, there's a few games tomorrow, Saturday. Man United v Leeds, and this is one of the biggest matches in the Premier League. The second match in. There's a bit of rivalry between Leeds and Man U. Big match. And Leeds have been out of the Premier League for so long. This is a big game at Old Trafford. So this is it. See, it's not a local derby, but form goes out the window, so it could go either way, Leeds or Man U. I still think Man U have got too much. It should be a Man U game. Man U win. It'd be a good game to watch if you watch it on TV. I still think it's going to be a Man U win. Leicester v Wolves. Wolves have got a new manager, because the Wolves manager is now the Spurs manager, I think. Because the Spurs manager was Jose, wasn't it? An interim manager. I digress. Leicester v Wolves. Leicester's Brendan still. Brendan has already won the... Brendan's just won the first trophy of the season between Man City. What is it called? Whatever it's called, that trophy. Leicester v Man U. Leicester won it. Leicester v Wolves. Leicester win. Chelsea v Crystal Palace. Now Crystal Palace, Roy Hodgson was there last season. And if Roy Hodgson was still there, I would say this would be a draw. Chelsea have just gone to sign back, what is his name? Just been signed now. Re-signed. Lukaku. Lukaku is now back at Chelsea, and he scores goals for loads of goals. So he's there. It's Chelsea win, I think. Chelsea win. Watford, who have just been promoted. The Aston Villa, who were only promoted about a couple of years ago, but they was in the Premier League for many years before that. I think it's Aston Villa win. I don't predict draws because they're too hard to predict. But draws tend to actually ruin any what do you call it? Any betting slip. Do not bet. Do not bet. So Watford v Aston Villa. I think that's going to be an Aston Villa win. Then you've got Everton v Southampton. Everton v Southampton. Rafa Benitez is now, who has won the Champions League for Liverpool, and Everton is in Liverpool, and now Rafa Benitez is now Everton's manager. Then you've got Theo Walcott, who was originally at Southampton, and he went Arsenal. I think he went. I don't know if he went back to Southampton or to Everton, but he was at Everton, and he's now just been signed back to Southampton, and he can score a goal. And Rafa lives in Liverpool, which is where Everton is, so Rafa will be happy. And he can win the Champions League, so Everton I can't see past Everton win. Burnley v Brighton. Burnley v Brighton. Sean Dyche, brilliant manager. Well, it's a good game actually. It's a good evenly matched game. Burnley v Brighton. It's almost like a mid-table match. Burnley win. Then you've got Sunday. You've got, can't read me handwriting. Oh no, Norwich v Liverpool. This used to be a great match 5, 6, 7 years ago. Because one player used to like scoring goals against Norwich. This is still Norwich v Liverpool. I just can't see. Norwich have bought a lot of players, a lot of transfers in the transfer window. I don't think there's anything. Liverpool should win this quite comfortably. And then you've got Newcastle v West Ham. Newcastle is still Steve Bruce. Geordie, always that way. He's born that way. So he's not home. He's in home. And then you've got West Ham, which were doing okay last season. Under what's his name? David Moyes, ex-Everton manager. Moyes, West Ham v Newcastle. And again, it's another evenly matched game. They're about mid-table. West Ham should probably finish about 7th, somewhere 6th, 7th. I want to say Newcastle win, but I think it might be a West Ham win. I'm going to say Newcastle win. Then you've got Spurs. These are on the Sunday games. Spurs, which is Tottenham Hotspur, v Man United, v Man City. Man City won the league last year. And they got to the Champions League final. Best teams in Europe. Spurs used to have Mourinho last season, and now they've got the Wolves manager, who is a good manager. But then you've got Pep at Man City. Man City win. And Man City have just signed, have just broken the transfer record. Unless it hasn't, I don't think it's been broken since during the window, but I think they've just broken the transfer record for Jack Grealish, 100 million, I think. But yeah, so that's the Premier League, my predictions. Please don't use these, because then they say, well, yeah, but you said this, and yeah, I used that, and then I lost them. Don't use my, but it's just me having a bit of fun. Neutral, trying to be as neutral as possible. Yeah. Just how, if I was going to, but I only go by managers. So if I was going to put money down on it, this is how I would actually do it. But that's me. You do you, and I'll do me. There you go. That's it. So the Premier League starts tonight, Friday night, whatever it is, Friday the whatever, and all Europe will start playing matches now. There's Spain, France, Germany, Portugal, European football. English starts tonight. But English football started a couple of weeks ago. In the lower leagues, but the premium, best league in England, the Premier League, starts tonight. 38 games. All good fun. Adios.